Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is my unique pleasure today to be representing a political party which can be seen to have played the foundational role through its chairman, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, many decades back, to have sown the seeds of the plant which has grown in a tree, which will, we hope, continue to prosper and give far more fruits to its two people than it is giving even at the moment. I also want to say that the coming generations of the Pakistan People's Party and all its political leaders have continued to contribute to continue to play the foundational role that I mentioned in the form of Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto and the previous Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and of course the co-chairman of the party, President Zardari. It is interesting here to be sitting and viewing that each political party believes that they laid the seeds for CPEC. And that in some ways demonstrates the unanimity of opinion and the focus that across the board, across all political divide in Pakistan exists for taking CPEC further and for believing really in the friendship between these two countries. I would want to also say over here that we are all experiencing the world going through what you have very ably described as turbulent waters and treacherous shores. And in these turbulent waters and treacherous shores, wherever we go in the Western forums representing Pakistan, we most of the time find ourselves representing not only Pakistan, but also having to represent China, because I think the world is not taking the rise or the rejuvenation of China as, optimistically or as well, or with as open arms and heart as we would have expected it to. As the world order is fracturing, I think the role that China plays and this friendship between China and Pakistan plays becomes even more important still. I look at ourselves as the frontiers sort of states to be holding on to some type of order, to be the spokespersons for multilateralism, because it seems that all the countries which seem to have laid the seeds for the order that existed, which was rules-based, do not like the rules as much when they work in favor of developing countries. We are experiencing this as we speak, and I am reminded of the article that I recently read in The Economist. As someone who's been reading The Economist for almost 20 years, I know that it is not very kind to China mostly. But when it writes about the Chinese scientific revolution and acknowledges that 19 years back when they first looked at the Chinese scientific world and asked themselves the question that is China going to become a scientific power, they say unequivocally the answer today is yes. And they also tell us that amongst the two top science and technology universities, no more lie in the Western world but in China. Now, as the science has no borders, this should be something that should be welcomed all over the world. But it seems that this is a worrying trend for the West. I think it is really important for us to try and allay those concerns, because we must prosper and grow together. Rationalism, logic, which has really been the cornerstone of China's rise, must continue to be the cornerstone or the basis and the foundation of how it navigates a very, very treacherous waters indeed. I say this, and I also want to just end by saying that we are all very proud of the fact that despite our many sort of differences that may exist, which do exist in any vibrant democracy, as we like to believe Pakistan, we believe that CPEC and Pakistan-China friendship and Pakistan-China ties are really even more important in these turbulent times than they have been ever before. I think whether we like to acknowledge it or not, the world looks at CPEC as the flagship program of the BRI. That is a reality that cannot be denied. How CPEC does reflects on how the vision of BRI unfolds in the world. So I think our joint commitment to making CPEC a resounding success is exceptionally important. And I just want to end by saying that what you mentioned as the Himalayan spring that Allama Iqbal referred to many, many decades back is seeming more like a winter to many regions of the world. It is on us to make sure that it is viewed as spring and the coming of a beautiful future for all of mankind, humanity, and for the world. And our preservation on the rules-based order, on holding international norms, I think is something that unites the two countries together, and this is a journey that we will have to continue as we go forward.